Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel. My name is Tony. This is the 15-minute gamer, and today I've been checking out Golden Lap, which is due out this year on Steam. This is just a demo, so this will of course be a short impressions video. So if you've played F1 Manager or Motorsport Manager, especially on mobile, this will look familiar to you. It's made by the same guys who made Art of Rally, and by the way, if you've not played that before, I do recommend it. This is set in the 70s, and what is funny is that you don't have like millions of pounds to play with, you have 100 quid, and with that you have to buy your car, hire your drivers, engineer and crew chief, plus find a sponsor who will then like pay per race. So like if you finish fourth, you'll get £6 back, and then you take part in the championship. After each race, you can upgrade parts of your car, and you will also have to replace drivers. As it's the 70s, people get injured. Also, what is quite funny is that before each race, like it'll come up a bunch of stuff and it'll be like, yeah, so-and-so was out partying too hard. They lose like -1 of like attention or something, which I thought was quite funny and very 70s. When it comes to race weekend, it's split into two. There's a race and the qualification. Qualification, obviously you try and get the best time you can, and you can like test tires and stuff. However, there isn't much strategy to play with here. When you pull into the pits during qualification, you can improve certain aspects of your car. So it works like an energy system. So for example, you have 15 energy points per pit stop, and there are 3 improvements, and each have 2 choices. And it will show you the energy that choice is going to use and a number above it. So it's almost a bit like a gamble. So it might say, look, you can earn between 1 and 3 points, but it's going to take 1 energy usage. Or for 5 energy usage, you might get between 2 or 10 improvements. When you click on it, you're allocated a random number between them 2 numbers, and that's what your car improves by. So it's like a bit of a gamble to play safe or risk for more rewards. And it's a nice little system in place of having all these spreadsheets and technical data, which obviously wasn't around in the 70s. The race is also a pretty simple affair as you have limited tactics. You can choose to push tyres or push engines or back off from both. And obviously if you back the tyres off or the engine off, it'll last longer and you'll use less fuel. Then you can call when the pit stops are and what tyres to put on. And that's about it for the race. The only issue I had was I had a wet qualifying and then went straight into a dry race, and it didn't ask me to confirm to remove the wet tyres. So I started the race on wet tyres. I think maybe they could have had the crew chief say, hang on, are you sure you want to do that? Or maybe just a menu that said, yes, you are sure you want that set up. I think that needs to be put in because it could ruin your full race weekend when you're just clicking through a menu. Obviously, with the racing, you do have to use your imagination quite a bit. There's not much feedback from anything because obviously, again, it's the 70s. So you're just kind of watching the cars go round and working out when you want to make your pit stop. However, I did notice most people tend to be on the same tactics. I think that needs like moved around a little bit and people on a bit different. Tires wise was different, but there wasn't a huge amount of difference between them. Like I was on softs and I didn't have much more of a speed advantage over someone on mediums, which you should have really. It just seemed to be more how long they last rather than performance. And then in the race, you are throwing things like weather. So the track might get really wet, so you got to choose when to go on wet, which made it challenging. So graphics wise, obviously it is quite basic. There isn't much to it at all. I would have liked to seen a little bit more color, interest, and a bit of a vibrant approach both to the tracks and the overall design. I think of the UI could be a bit better, but they are functional. Sound design, it is there. Again, it's on the basic side. Bugs and performance was good, and I had no issues and no crashes. So in conclusion, this is another gem of a demo. I think this one's going to be a lot of fun. The questions I have for this one would be, how does the longevity play out? How does the season progress? And what makes you come back for more in the season after? Does time progress? Do the cars get better? Can you go to the 80s? I don't know. It needs something like that, I think. And some fun game modes would be good. This is definitely on my wish list now, and I look forward to checking out the full game when it comes out. And just before we wrap up this video, don't forget to drop this channel and subscribe as I head ever closer to my next target of 20,000 subscribers. It would mean a lot. And while you're there, maybe drop this video a like if you enjoyed it. Anyway, guys, catch you all later. Goodbye.